Time for some more 440 updates. Got my carburetors opened up. Surprisingly enough, these things are freaking spotless on the inside. However, somewhat dirty on the outside. Not fucking the dirtiest ever, but not the cleanest. And first thing I noticed is I've never seen floats like these. I'm gonna have to look into that. That's kind of cool. Not only that, but it's tight. My pins have no play in the towers. I can't even pull them out by finger, which is, I'd like to say not normal, but that's how they should be. You just don't see that too often with PWKs. Usually they're all fucking wallered out and the pins just, you go like this and the pin will fall out and they have a different design float. So I don't know, maybe, like I've heard about like 2000 having a different setup. Maybe this is what it is. They put newer carbs on. I don't know. I got to do a little research into it. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Well, these things are clean. Look at that. I guess you can't really see too well. Super clean on the inside. So I'm pretty pumped with that. I'm not even going to bother running them through the ultrasonic cleaner. So, hell yeah. All right, well, the motor is actually bolted in now. Check that out. Woo! Got the right size front shocks on it. So that's pretty cool. Went and picked out the track I'm gonna run. It's not brand new, but hey, 121, studded up. Price is right. Had it sitting around for something like this for a while. So unfortunately, I do not have a drive shaft with a good bearing. I mean, it's just, it ain't great. That one's got a nice bearing on it, but I don't know if I really want to put the effort in pulling a used bearing to put it on. I don't know. It's weird. So for some reason, this drive shaft has like a spacer and then the bearing, but the shaft, it's just, I don't understand what's happening here. But this one has a good bearing. Unless that whole sleeve will move. Yeah, maybe. Let's loosen that key and see what happens. Well, come to find out, that's actually part of the bearing. Fuck. Well, I guess since we're taking a little break from the drive shaft track suspension deal, I can go ahead and start getting some of the mess under here cleaned up, get hoses run, stuff like that, get everything hooked up, plumbed in. Yeah, let's get after it. Well, we went ahead, plumbed in the old pump, did it like the 97s were. Might not be the absolute best setup, and that's likely why they changed it, but I will admit, this is a clean look. So if you guys know me, I do not like priming my oil system by running the motor. So we're gonna go ahead, pop this oil pump off and use a drill to spin it. After we crack this and bleed a little oil out, make sure there's no air bubbles in the feed, which I know there ain't, but bleed the pump. And then we're gonna go ahead, spin it up until we're getting good flow out of the two lines to the crankcases. Well, as you guys see, it is moving. I'm going to continue doing this until there's no more air, nothing but fluid. Okay, oil system, done, bled, hooked up, good to go. Pulse line, that's hooked up. Got my electrical connectors hooked up, good to go. To the CDI, that's actually, for once, actually mounted to the carb adapters. Pretty rare that I'll actually go through and do that. Done. Whew. I still got to find the rest of my hoses to plumb all this in. Also update, these are just newer style PWKs. Still really nice, still not loose, and they will perform awesome. Well, as you see, oil pumps, cables hooked up, got set just a hair rich. Carburetors back in, fuel lines, all that hooked up. We got the belt throttle block hooked up. Working mint. So as far as I'm concerned, the fuel system is 100% done with the exception of a fuel tank. All that's done. All the electrical's done. Almost. I gotta plug this in. So coolant hoses, fuel tank, exhaust, and it'll be ready to fire. Except for, I don't think that's happening tonight. Fortunately, you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for more.